First up from Taha Ahmed, Taha. Are you worried about our cap space at all right now? Nope, not at all. They got plenty of money. If they want to create more cap space, all you got to do is just extend Dak Prescott or cut Tyrone Crawford or restructure one contract. They've got money. It's not a concern. You are able to create it a lot easier than what I think most people realize. Gabe Flores says, now we need O.J. Howard. Thank you, Gabe, for that super chat. I'm not going to get my hopes up for O.J. Howard. I would have gotten them up had the Cowboys not extended Blake Jarwin. I just don't see the Cowboys investing in a tight end 1/2 when you've got one of those in Blake Jarwin and you just managed to add CeeDee Lamb in round 1. How are you going to make that work? Because you want CeeDee Lamb out there. Are you going to bench Blake Jarwin? Are you going to go a different route? So you're going to use only Jarwin, only Howard? So I'm intrigued by it. If he's cheap, I just don't think that's a route that's going to end up happening. And cheap, I mean in terms of draft pick compensation. Aaron Stanley. Man, the boys have made moves this year that are awesome. This has to be a go all-in year. I predict a big free agent signing on the defense or a big trade. Is it a go all-in year? In all honesty, you have a very young core right now. It's not like you're on the verge of losing a bunch of players. You just did that. You lost Byron Jones, Randall Cobb, Quinn, etc. I don't think this is necessarily a go all-in year. Like if you look at your Super Bowl windows in terms of a flow, I think you're kind of on the downside of the previous one, ascending back up. You're not about to hit that downslope. You hit the bottom point when you lost Quinn. Now you're going back up. So I don't think this is actually a go all in year. I think this is the reopening of a window that will last a couple of years if that draft we just had hits as well as I think it will. Jessica Frazier, what is our weakest position? I'm thinking tight end. I mean, I am excited to see Blake Jarwin, but I think it's reasonable to have some doubts about the tight end spot. Does punter count? Because I'm going to go with punter. In all honesty, though, it still might be the secondary. Yeah, you drafted Diggs and Robinson, added Worley, re-signed Anthony Brown, added Clinton Dix. It's not a great group in terms of previous production. You're betting on some upside, which is fair, but I still think that maybe secondary is your biggest weakness right now. Now, if you guys are not already, please subscribe. If you have notifications turned on, you won't miss anything like when we go live on a late Saturday night to break down the news that Andy Dalton has signed. So hit that big red button and subscribe. We are the #1 Cowboys YouTube channel out there, and it's all thanks to you guys. So join the club, join the party, hit that big red button, and subscribe. As a reminder, for those of you who have missed it earlier, we'll recap the news. Andy Dalton is now a member of the Dallas Cowboys, a one-year deal, $7 million. That is the up to amount, $3 million guaranteed. What that means is he's your backup. I am pleased the Cowboys have invested in the backup quarterback spot I've been asking for a while. They did it with Dalton as he comes home to Dallas, where he actually still lives. All right, Monkey D. Luffy 214. Will Andy Dalton push for starter reps? No, he will not. Because, guys, Andy Dalton is not a starter anymore. He's just not. The production hasn't been there for several years. Yes, the talent went down in Cincinnati, but Dak's better. I honestly don't really know what to tell the people out there who are trying to claim Dalton's better than Dak Prescott. If that's what your eye test is telling you, you guys need glasses. I love you, but there's no way that right now Andy Dalton at age 32, almost 33, is a better quarterback than Dak Prescott. So give me your one-word reactions to Dallas signing Andy Dalton. I'm going to go with solid. I think it's a good move. I don't think it's going to be that expensive. They'll come in closer to $3 million than that $7 million amount that was mentioned. I think it's a good pickup by the Dallas Cowboys. I think it's smart. I think it's solid. But let me know what you guys think in the comments section. From Justin Frazier. Sorry about that, Justin. He mentions that this is his wife's account. All right, I'll keep that on. I will try to remember that, Justin, and I apologize in advance if I get it wrong again. Duke Brothers, if we had the money, why did we not sign Byron? It's a great question. The Cowboys simply didn't want to sign Byron Jones. That's not how they valued him. They weren't going to approach $13+ million for Byron Jones, let alone that $15-16 million price tag. So they could have made it happen with ease. In the end, the Cowboys decided that Byron wasn't worth it. And you have to make those decisions regardless of how much money you have available. That's one the Cowboys chose to make. From Leon, do we keep 3 quarterbacks? It's possible. I think you've got Dalton locked up. Of course, you're going to have Dak as well. So those are going to be your top 2. So it comes down to, do you want to keep one of Clayton Thorson? Probably not. Cooper Rush or 7th round pick Ben DiNucci. So with that in mind, what should Dallas do with Cooper Rush? Type K for keep or C for cut. I will remind everyone, you can save over $2 million by cutting Cooper Rush. For reference, you added Andy Dalton, what I think will probably come in more along lines of $3 to $4 million in terms of this year's cap hit. Meaning, you can cut Cooper Rush, use that money, and then pay Dalton like $2 million more. Yeah, I'm cutting Cooper Rush. I'll go with the cheap rookie in Ben DiNucci if I take a third quarterback whatsoever. From Jay Cochran, with the receivers the Cowboys have, do you feel Andy Dalton, how do you feel Andy Dalton could play as a starter? I think he could be a little bit above replacement level. He could kind of play in the much acclaimed Dalton line. I think that this is a quarterback who, if you had to plug in for 5 games, he could win you 2, or at least you could win 2 with him, and you might be able to get lucky on a third. From that perspective, that's exactly what I want out of a backup quarterback. Now, is he going to carry me to a postseason run and make a Super run like Nick Foles did? Probably not, although no one saw that coming out of Nick Foles, so you can never say never. But as a backup, he can help you survive until your starting quarterback returns. That is exactly what I'm looking for in a quarterback. Now, producer Brett having some fun with me. Who's the week 1 starter? AD for Andy Dalton, Dak for Dak Prescott. I think it's pretty clearly Dak, unless there is a freak injury, which Dak has always been very healthy, more so than even most quarterbacks who run, or if there's a weird holdout thing. But by the time we get to July 15th, there's nothing left for Dak to hold out for. He's on the franchise tag. He has to sign by then an extension, or he's playing on that tag. From Scott Simpkins, love the show, bro. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate that. I know you're so. Hope everyone else that's watching is. But are you happy with this? I'm fine with it. I'm not gonna be freaking out yeah, they got Andy Dalton. Wow. On a scale of 1 to drafting CeeDee Lamb, this comes a little bit more in the middle. It's a good pickup. It's a nice insurance pickup, but it's not going to drastically change the season unless your quarterback gets hurt, which you really don't want happening. From Leon, why do you think Dalton signed with us so quickly? Well, I think there were a couple teams that may or may not have had interest beyond the Cowboys. The Patriots, who at this point, I think they're going to roll with Jarrett Stidham. I don't think that was ever a starting job open. So at that point, it came down to the Jags, who have former Bengals head coach Jay Gruden as their offensive coordinator, or the Cowboys. I think a big factor here is that Andy Dalton played at TCU, has a house in Dallas. So he's going to be a backup somewhere. No one was going to trade for him. No one was going to make him a starter. So if you have to be a backup somewhere, wouldn't you want to do it where you're from, where you've got a pretty good job, where they gave you some decent guaranteed money? I think that makes sense. So for Dalton's perspective, I think getting to go to Dallas in particular was alluring for him. And we'll ask you guys this question as well. What's the point of signing Dalton? Don't confuse these two. I don't think this really gives the Cowboys that much leverage. What are the Cowboys going to do? Let Dak call their bluff and roll Andy Dalton, which at best case gets them one and done in the postseason, because that's all Dalton's ever done in his career. And by the way, he's been bad in the postseason. No, this is insurance. This is insurance in case Dak Prescott holds out for an extended period of time, which doesn't really make much sense for him. Or in case, I think most importantly, if he gets hurt. Don't conflate those two. Insurance policies are good when you have a premium asset. That's what the Cowboys are doing. From Mitch Snyder, maybe in the minority, but I hope he takes Dak's job. Guys, you really don't want that. I have watched a lot of Andy Dalton. I am from Cincinnati, and my family is from Cincinnati. I got Bengals fans who are kind of confused by this move. The reality is that Andy Dalton is not a franchise quarterback. I'll let you guys in on a secret, folks. No NFL team is going to remove their young, healthy, entering their prime franchise quarterback for 32-year-old Andy Dalton. Just not going to happen. Now, can he be a good backup? Can he sub in if Dak gets hurt? Yes. Maybe he could have helped you more later in the season when Dak was clearly not right, but you couldn't throw Cooper Rush out there. I think that makes more sense for the Cowboys than for anything else. Speaking of Dak Prescott, there are Cowboys jerseys on sale at chatsports.com/Cowboys1. That is chatsports.com/Cowboys1. They got Dak, they got Zeke, they got Amari. The CeeDee Lamb jersey not on sale right now, but it's also available at that link. The normal jerseys, 25% off. They're under $75. CeeDee Lamb one, first-year player, and he's still full price, but it's a great way to get one. I'll put that link in the comments and the description, chatsports.com/Cowboys1. All right, back to the Q&A here. Robert wants to know, now that we finally got a good backup, when we are winning by 50 in the fourth, can we put our backup in? Look, new coaching staff, so I'm going to go with yes. You will see Dalton get some backup reps and maybe some kneel downs along those lines because Cooper Rush has barely played in his career. Next up from Nighthawk MD, cut Crawford and sign Clowney, 1-year deal. If we lose him, we'll get a third-round comp pick. In theory, you get a third-round comp pick. Nothing's guaranteed, but that would be your goal. Guys, I'm on board with that idea. I don't know if the Cowboys are on board with that idea. They don't seem to want to pay a big amount to other teams' free agents, so I'm not going to get my hopes up for Clowney on that front. From Nick McLean 2020, with Dalton signing, do you think we'll see Dalton and Dak on the field together with gadget plays with Dak being a running back or slot? No, because that's stupid. I'm sorry, Nick. Thank you for watching. Thanks for the question. But why would you want to do that? Why would you put a worse quarterback on the field and then jeopardize your really good quarterback getting injured because you wanted to throw him the football? It just doesn't make any sense. Like, you keep your quarterback a quarterback. Like, don't get too cute with it. Now, Dalton is going to play if Dak gets hurt. He's not going to play as a weird trick package formation at all. That's just not going to be the end game for the Cowboys whatsoever. Hey, Cowboys fans, thanks for watching the Cowboys Report. If you haven't already, click right here to subscribe to our channel for all the best Cowboys coverage on the internet. That's news, rumors, highlights, mailbags, film studies, and a whole lot more. And I'm making your lives a little bit easier as well with the next Cowboys Report video right here.